Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hang Out with Annalese the CryptoKitty. I am the CryptoKitty. So, for anyone who has been keeping up with me on Twitter, I was a CryptoKitty for Halloween. I saw my ears on my bedstand, and I saw this in my drawer this morning, so I threw it on. And I met a new friend this year. I spent Halloween with her, and she has a daughter. Her name's Claire. And Claire asked me what I was for Halloween. And I said, I'm a crypto kitty. And she's like, a crypto kitty. And I was just like, what? She's like, what's that? And I was like, a crypto kitty is a digital asset on the blockchain. So of course I went to explain what a blockchain was and what a digital asset was. And for like the past week, ever since Halloween, this girl has drew me a picture. She's wrote a song. She goes, Annalese the CryptoKitty. And then she, everywhere she goes, she wears cat ears now. She has a pair of cat ears that she wears. So thought that was super cute. So I saw it this morning. I threw it on. So today I'm Annalese the CryptoKitty. Hello. I'll also be sipping on my mimosa. Somebody upsold me some mimosa drinks at Whole Foods. So super yum. Looks like we got a comment here. What's up, Barry? What's up? All right. So I'm going to start off with the quote of the day. I like to start off with little quotes of the day because I kind of just come up with them on my everyday life. And that is trust the process, but also develop it. But develop the process too. So what that means, we always hear, trust the process, good things will come, blah, 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 blah. But what are you doing to contribute to that process? I'm working on an NFT art show for anyone who has seen that. And, whenever you're collaborating with people, there's always these great ideas, but unless you are bringing something to the table that you're willing to make and develop, who's going to do it for you? So trust the process, but develop it too. All right. So I'm going to go over some quick things that I thought were interesting in the news. My first one is going to be about, obviously the hot topic is the U.S. presidential-elect Joe Biden. So this article was written 2 days ago and it was updated yesterday by CoinDesk. And basically it's saying how the impacts are unclear as to what this new nominee is going to do with the cryptocurrency space. Fine. So quick thing, nor President Trump or the elect Joe Biden had anything to do with crypto anything or blockchain anything within their policies. So my thing is there's other people in politics who are in play who actually contribute to the space. We have people like Caitlin Long, Tyler Lindholm, the lady from the SEC, they call her the crypto, mama bear. There's people who are actually impacting this space that are not necessarily your president elect. Okay. So let me just make that very clear because I don't think that either party in this situation has much to do with what's going on within the space, whether it's positive or negative throughout the next 4 years. Of course, other representatives that advocate for this technology have to convince them to pass certain laws and blah, 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 to advance the technology. If you guys know about technology, you know that we get older technology because it takes time for things to regulate and things to go into play, so on and so forth. What's up, Pat, on YouTube? So things just to take into consideration when you guys come across these articles saying that Trump or Joe Biden affected cryptocurrency. So something that I kind of been seeing, and even in this article and on Twitter, is that the price of Bitcoin had went down after Joe Biden was elected. And that brought unsure markets. So I just want to point out real quick, right here in the corner, the price of Bitcoin is above 15,000 again, guys. And it's at 15.3 almost. We're in the green. We're positive. Things are looking good. I don't think that because Biden was elected that Bitcoin went down. That was just a natural pullback. We've been going up. We've been very bullish these past few weeks, even months. We're from 2,500 in January. Now we are in November and we're at 15,000, almost 300. These are astronomical numbers, astronomical growth. Things to take into consideration is if somebody gets elected into office and Bitcoin falls down, $400, $500, $600, Probably not. Something I saw on Twitter, which was also interesting, is people were commenting saying that I guess because Biden won, it had reduced the uncertainty in the market. I don't know where you live, but technically Biden is not in office yet. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. So I don't think that has anything to do with the price of Bitcoin drawing back. Again, we're only going up. Things are looking very bullish. Don't fall for the propaganda. So yeah, just a few things to note on that. And I think the last one that I saw was interesting was because Trump lost, supposedly, crypto, this created a certainty in the market, and crypto would have gone up if he won. We still live on US soil or Britain soil or wherever you live. I don't know where you live, but if you still have to transact in your local government currency to go to the store, it is never a good thing for a currency to hyperinflate. So that is just another thing that, like, if you told that to somebody who was a Trump supporter and not into blockchain, they would look at you like, what? What are you talking about? That's not what I want. Okay. So just things to take into consideration. But enough of that about that story. Those are just things that I thought was interesting. Interesting take on how, I guess, politics have been affecting, which they haven't, the price of Bitcoin. So I'm going to get off that. Something else that I thought was interesting was regarding cybersecurity and DeFi. Let me find this article here. Actually, let me copy and paste. I don't know if you guys look at Forecast. This is a newer, I've never came across this news site, but I thought it was interesting. So why cybersecurity will be DeFi and blockchain's next big challenge. So as we know, cybersecurity is something that is a little lackluster when it comes to blockchain. These are things like my kitty ears. These are things, you Jane, me Tarzan, you're so funny. These are things that I think about. Cybersecurity is something that is upcoming every day. As technology advances, security also needs to advance. Things also need to become more encrypted. Quantum computing is on its way, but at the current state we are on, it can literally destroy the blockchain community. And that's something that's kind of alarming. So definitely quantum encryption integrated into blockchain technology is something that we really need to start talking about, because this technology is coming and it's coming fast. So this article kind of highlights how we've been ignoring the risks of, I guess, covering up the patches that we have in our cybersecurity system and protocols and companies. Meanwhile, we're pushing products and blockchain technology to companies like PayPal and MicroStrategies, and we're getting all these other players involved, but companies still lack to breach the gap. We can all recall Mt. Gox. We can all recall I think Equifax had a huge data breach just the other day. Granted, they weren't on the blockchain, but hacking, not necessarily hacking the blockchain, but breaching certain aspects of the blockchain kind of exists. A lot of developers, I know it's an unpopular take, but it's true. These are things that we actually really do need to look at. So if you guys have a chance, I'll drop this article in the chat here if you guys are interested in reading it, because I read it, but here it is. Boom. Oop, okay. Okay, so just to give you kind of a few highlights of what it kind of talks about, especially with smart contracts and other things. We know that Ethereum has had 51% attacks, which these things aren't, they're unpopular to hear, but they do happen. And this is why a lot of the times people advocate like, hey, don't leave your stuff on an exchange, because if that exchange gets hacked, then, that's it. Or, hey, insurance products. Insurance products are really popular right now in the cryptocurrency space. Why? Because people like the idea of, right now, the government backs up your assets, which we can argue how true that is. There's governments that don't do it, like take Cyprus, for example. But, we have the FDIC. So anything insurance related or anything that, helps mitigate the risk of, hey, I got breached and now I have billions of dollars gone is popular because these breaches still exist. So I kind of just wanted to shed some light on that, highlight that there. I'm going to take a look at the chat, see what you guys are talking about as I'm reading this. Say what's up, guys. There's 6 of you guys watching. Say what's up to me. I'm kind of just rambling on here. I dropped the link of the article in the, if anyone's interested on seeing forecast. I'm just going to sip my drink. Anyways, let me share with you, I guess, some insight going back to the digital dollar, because China is getting ready to roll out the yuan, which is their digital dollar. And I had a conversation with William Noble and Garrick Hillman from blockchain.com and Token Metrics, respectively. And William actually kind of gave me a different insight or perspective as to how a digital dollar can affect our economy and affect the Fed and affect central banks if we implement it here in the US. So I always hear digital dollar and I'm thinking, okay, replace USD. This digital dollar is just going to swap out USD, which is not necessarily true. Let's think a bit in the way of the US dollar or the digital dollar, which doesn't necessarily need to be made by the Fed. It could be made by, Congress. It could be congressional, to replace welfare programs, to replace, food stamps. They can control as to what you can spend this digital dollar on. Now, of course, that's not something that we want to particularly happen, but it's also not something that's a bad idea. I don't know. But it's I guess another insight on that I wasn't thinking about when it came to implementing this technology. If you guys want to watch that talk, the link to that talk is down below in the description if you're watching on YouTube. So it was a really good conversation. It's on my VR channel. It's not on my Bits and Tokens channel, which is where I'm streaming now. Hold on, let me see. There's comments here. What's up, Annalese? Where is Tim? Is he also wearing kitty ears? So Tim hasn't been around. I haven't seen Tim in a couple weeks. Last time I saw Tim, his father had passed. And it was crazy. Let me tell you the story. So I was sleeping and Tim, he comes over sometimes and I have a room for Tim. This is my apartment. Tim kind of crashes with me sometimes, but he's recently gotten a girlfriend and moved away. So I was sleeping and for months I hadn't had a dream. And the one time I have a dream, it's a dream of me trying to save my dad from a bullet from getting shot. And I guess my dad got hit or died or whatever. Like, I don't really understand, because next thing I know, I wake up, right? I was like running and I could see the bullet, and obviously you can't really see bullets with human eyes. The story didn't really make sense. But I woke up basically and Tim's at my door saying my dad died. And I looked at him and I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? That's crazy. I just had a dream that my dad died and he got shot. And ironically, Tim's dad, he used to be a police officer and he got shot and he survived that time. But this time around, he was in a biking accident and he did not survive. So it was kind of weird. It was kind of freaky. But that's the last time I saw Tim. Since then, Tim, I don't know, he's been struggling through life and he actually hurt his pinky somehow. So I haven't seen him since. I was supposed to see him Sunday, but I got stuck in Miami because it was raining and I didn't end up coming home for a very long time. But my puppy missed me. But that happened. So that's Tim. I don't know if he's wearing kitty ears. Probably I don't know if he likes to put his dreads in Mickey Mouse buns. So maybe he has Mickey Mouse buns. Who knows? Insurance is cool, especially if you can see the smart contract has flaws before they get tagged. Yes. So insurance is one of those things that I used to be an insurance agent, right, guys? Insurance is one of those things that it's not a scam, but it's a scam. But it's not a scam. It's really not, because you're getting something that you pay for. It's a just in case policy. Nobody expects for anything to happen. Nobody expects for things to go wrong. But in case they do, that's why you pay into insurance. So insurance is one of those concepts that is kind of infiltrating the space that I find important. It's a new player in this space. There's not that many. I don't think there's a lot of people who do insurance in blockchain. You know, it's a newer concept. It's a newer concept to capitalize on. There's very few companies that have looked into it. So if you're into insurance and maybe you want to pave the way, go for it. Your condolences. Well, I will tell him. I will tell him that you sent condolences, James. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, guys, today's a bullish day. I haven't bought any more Bitcoin than I've had. I'm still on the moon with my Bitcoin. I love my Bitcoin. There's nothing else that has caught my attention, particularly in the news. The day is young. There's been not too much news. I've just seen stuff about Link and, you know, top gainers and stuff like that. Nothing that I would say pay too much attention to. Just have a good day is what I can say. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go finish my little mimosa. Here's a sale tip. If you be nice to people, the chances of them buying your stuff is 100 times more than if you're not nice to people. That's why people like to pitch things in person, because the chances of them closing the deal is much more likely if you have a smile on your face. So have a great day. Enjoy your day, guys. I haven't had insurance for 6 years. Well, there you go. I don't even know. I want to say I haven't had insurance in like 2 years, but that's like health insurance. That's not insurance. I have insurance on my phone because I know that likelihood of me dropping my phone and breaking it is much more likely than most people. I have dropped my phone in a pool the day I've bought it. Okay. I have a notorious, like, people make fun of me and say, oh, you should have a channel for phone reviews, because I like, for some period of time, I was changing out my phone on average every 4 months. It was crazy, but yeah. I guess I could get to this new format. Tim will be around. If you mean getting used to not seeing Tim. This is something that I've started. I wanted to do more streaming of news in the day, because I wasn't streaming for a while. Melting away here. I haven't been streaming for a while, and I was going through my own stuff. Actually, guys, never break a tooth. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. I guess a little story before I go is something that's like really important, or kind of like just hits home with me, is when people kind of talk about child abuse. I wasn't necessarily abused as a child, but I came from a very, very strong Caribbean household, and my parents were extremely strict, super strict. So I talked back to my mom one day, and she threw a vacuum at me, and it knocked out my front tooth. And for a while, I had kind of like a filler for my front tooth, and it wasn't great. And eventually I got a crown, you know, so on and so forth. But this past year, I had a post holding my crown, and it broke. And Corona happened, and I kind of went through an implant process, which took 10 months. It took 10 months for me to finally get like a front tooth. It was kind of crazy. I had a flipper there, and I had a retainer, but it looked ugly. You know, it's not the same. And, you know, things happen in life. I'm grateful every day, you know, just for breathing. But yeah, never break a front tooth. Don't get too drunk and fall into something, or, you know, throw things at your kids. Be patient with them. You'll love them at the end of the day. So yeah, just don't break a front tooth, whatever you do in life, because one, your front teeth do not grow back. I don't know who needs to hear this, but your teeth do not grow back. Okay. So many people have asked me, is your front tooth going to grow back? And I looked at them like they were absolutely bonkers. No, your teeth do not grow back. After you're a child, let me correct that. After like the age of 7, your teeth do not grow back. Okay. But anyways, yeah, little story. So that's why I kind of was off screen for a while. But I'm back and better than ever. Brand new smile. So yeah, guys, grew back nicely. Yeah, it did grow back nice, huh? Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I have other things to do with my day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Kisses if you guys follow me on social media. I'm mostly active on Twitter for cryptocurrency stuff. But again, if you want to catch yesterday's talk, I had a great talk with Token Metrics and blockchain.com along with Lou Kerner. The link is in the video below. Click it, watch it. I got super insightful stuff. I will see you guys.